All right, what is up, boys? We got UFC 321. And this is a banger. I mean, if we take a little glance at this card, looking at some of the names we got: Aspinall, Gane, Dern, Nurmagomedov, Bautista, Volkov, Mirzakhanov, Salkild, Ikaram, Klein. This is a great card. I believe if I were to rate this out of 10, I'd probably give this an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your guys' ratings of this card before the fights actually happen down below, guys. But let's get the picks and predictions for the entire card. Now, we'll start off from the top, from the main event, because I feel like this is a fight that the majority of people care about, and it's the fight between Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Now, I did end up doing a breakdown of this fight on my channel, so go check that out if you haven't already. But we're looking at Tom Aspinall, record of 15-3. And Ciryl Gane has a record of 13-2. England, France, 6'4", 6'5". About a 10-pound weight discrepancy. And you can kind of tell. Like, I feel like when we watch Ciryl Gane's fights, he is muscly, right? He is muscly, but he seems like it's not dense muscle. Whereas Tom Aspinall, he's got a little more fat on his body, but his muscles seem a little bit more dense. So we're gone with that longer reach and then the slightly shorter legs, which I really do doubt that. We look at their strikes absorbed. Both of them are very much fighters that really don't get hit. Tom Aspinall is a little bit more active. He lands a couple more strikes per minute. And then this is where we really start to see a difference in the takedown average. Ciryl Gane averages 0.7 takedowns per 15 minutes, whereas Tom Aspinall averages 3.2 for every 15 minutes. So this means he's shooting a lot for very little amount of octagon time. Takedown accuracy, Ciryl Gane, 25%, whereas Tom Aspinall has 100% takedown accuracy, 100% takedown defense. And Tom Aspinall, surprisingly, I thought this number would be a lot more, but it's only 1.6 submission averages per 15 minutes. Maybe that's because he doesn't fight as much, but I feel like Tom Aspinall will win. I think the odds definitely favor Tom Aspinall and how the outcome of this fight will be. And I feel like it's going to be most likely a Tom Aspinall finish within the first 2 rounds. But that being said, Ciryl Gane still can win. He can still catch people off guard. He still has great striking. He still has a great clinch. I think his clinch is very good and very underrated. His offensive takedowns are definitely slept on. And his kicks, he has spinning wheel kicks, teeps to the body, leg kicks, even has elbows I think are dangerous. And guys, we got to remember, this year has been the year of the spinning elbow, and we have not seen it in a main event all year. Or at least a title fight all year, right? We've seen it in main events. We just haven't seen it in title fight. And I feel like if anybody's going to do it all year, if anybody's going to land that spinning elbow, it's going to be Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ciryl Gane were to beat Tom Aspinall. It would be a finish, and it would be a devastating finish, like a spinning elbow. But maybe we're looking too deep into it, and Tom Aspinall does what he does. I think he will get a finish. I'm going 80% Tom Aspinall gets a finish. But if Ciryl Gane gets a spinning back elbow finish, I want some credit for picking Ciryl Gane to do that. But I am still picking Tom Aspinall. We're also going, come on, man. Virna Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern. I mean, for this one, we got to use our MMA math, guys. We got to tap into that MMA math. And by my calculations, Virna Jandiroba will win with the MMA math, because when we take up the calculations, we have Mackenzie Dern, who got absolutely destroyed by Jessica Andrade. I believe that was UFC 295 on the Yuri versus Alex Pereira card. And then you have Virna Jandiroba, who literally destroyed freaking Zhao Yangnan, Yanan Zhao, who you gotta remember, Yan Xiaonan gave a competitive fight to Zhang Weili. Chinese on Chinese crimes, right? Virna Jandiroba destroyed Yan Xiaonan. Zhang Weili couldn't do that. And does Virna Jandiroba, I think she definitely, or it definitely gives a tough fight to Zhang Weili. And does Mackenzie Dern give a tough fight to Zhang Weili? Hell no. I understand she's bad. I'd literally suck the toes off of Mackenzie Dern. Literally suck the meat off her toes. But I'm still going with my shorty, or my Steve Buscemi from Brazil, Virna Jandiroba. I think she's going to win. I think she's going to win by finish. She's actually an underdog at a plus 130. Guys, cash in right now. This is a dog. Okay, remember when Valentina Shevchenko was a dog against Manon Farrow? Remember when Tatiana Suarez was a favorite over Zhang Wei Li? Guys, this is another women's fight where they have the odds extremely wrong. Then Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. I did also break this fight down on my channel, so go check that out if you haven't as well. But this is an easy fight. Mario Bautista will not win. He will not win. What is his grappling is mid. Nobody checked this guy grappling. Who give him black belt? You know. And he's a pointy striker. And is he really going to be able to outpoint Umar? Is he going to drag Umar into deep waters? No, this guy is not Marab. This guy is not Corey Sandhagen. Umar is a future title challenger, and Mario's just in his way. So I think this is going to be a dominant decision where Mario will get pieced up. He's going to get his legs chopped. He's going to get his body chopped up. Umar's going to have a field day on the feet. He might not even shoot a takedown. And Mario Bautista is going to... Mario Bautista is one of the guy where he just wants to win, and he also doesn't want to get knocked out. So he doesn't want to get knocked out. He's not going to go into any danger to try to win, so he's going to lose a dominant decision. Volkov versus Almeida. Now, this one's a very interesting one because I was rewatching Jailton Almeida versus Spivak, and Spivak was doing really good. He took Jailton Almeida down. He was landing strong on him. And then Jailton Almeida ended up reversing a couple positions and then ended up getting the finish over him. And Volkov is good. Tough fight with Gane. He's beaten a lot of these tough guys. He's beat Sergey Pavlovich. And Jailton Almeida's striking is underrated, but we all know his method of victory for this one. It's shooting a double leg, it's taking Alexander Volkov down, and it's landing devastating ground and pound. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I think he will shoot a low single, and because Volkov is, he's listed at 6'7", but he's probably like 6'9". Because Volkov's so tall, he's not going to be able to sprawl a takedown that quick. He's not going to be able to react. He does have great kicks. If Volkov's going to win, he's going to probably get a body shot TKO, but I believe that Jailton Almeida is more likely to win. I think he's going to take Alexander Volkov down and probably beat him up on the ground. Next up, we got Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'm going with my boy Azamat Murzakanov. He's very quick, very fast, very good striking. He does tend to slow down quite a bit as fights progress. Even in 3 rounds fights, he does slow down quite considerably, and that's because his style is very bouncy, very light on his feet, very in and out, very explosive. He's a little bit small for the division, and Rakic is very good. He's on a little bit of a losing streak here. He lost to Jan Blachowicz and Yuri and and Malcolm Ankalaev. But I look to Rakic's fight with Uzdemir. He lost to Uzdemir, and I think Azamat Murzakanov is just a little bit better of a striker than Uzdemir, so that's why I'm going with him. Now, that was the main card, so I feel like a lot of people are kind of mostly interested in the main card, but I'm going to blast through the prelims, just kind of give you the simplest breakdown. It's not a really detailed breakdown. We got Nasrat Haqparast versus Quillan Selkild. Quillan Selkild is going to win. Why? Because he beat freaking Yanel Ashmuz, and although Yanel Ashmuz is undersized for the 155 division, he's an extremely good and extremely complete fighter who can still find success at 155, and Quillan Selkild dominated him in the striking and in the grappling. And Nasrat Haqparast, he had a robbery fight against Jared Gordon. Bobby Green pieced the living hell out of him. He does have some wins here and there, and he looked really good against Estevan Ribovic. But Quillan Selkild has great grappling. He's not the type of guy. Estevan Ribovic did not mix up the grappling when he was losing the striking. That's the problem I have with some of these guys, is when they're losing the striking, they refuse to mix in the grappling, and I don't understand that. But Quillan Selkild will mix up the grappling. He'll probably take down Nasrat Haqparast and beat him up with some devastating ground and pound. Also, Ikram Aliskerov versus Jun Young Park. I'm not going with the underdog in Jun Young Park. I think he has a little bit more thud in his shots. The I Run Turtle. Jun Young Park, the I Run Turtle, is what me and the boys call him. He's got some real thud in his shots. He's got some really slick boxing, underrated boxing. And Jun Young Park does kind of remind me of like somebody who works for the mob and is a little bit of a meathead of the mob to kind of get the deals done, or when somebody doesn't pay, they send in the good old Jun Young Park. And Ikram Aliskerov, He's a grappler who refuses to grapple. Against Phil Hawes, against that one Brazilian guy, even in his last fight, he refuses to mix up the grappling, and this is his best opportunity to victory, is the grappling, but he refuses to. And I think he's going to end up standing with Jung Young Park, and I think he's going to get one shot to the temple. He's going to go a chicken leg, then he's going to get finished by Jung Young Park within the first 2 rounds. Ludovic Klein versus Matrush Rezbecki. Matrush Rezbecki has taken too much damage from my liking, and Ludovic Klein, he looks good, man. I forget who he fought that I was watching. I really want to find out who he fought. I'm going to find that out actually right now. Let's check out who he fought. Yeah, so Ludovic Klein, I rewatched this fight with Thiago Moises, and he looked good against Thiago Moises. Now, a lot of people hate on Thiago Moises, says he's not good, but he's good. He's good. And Matrush Rezbecki, I mean, he lost to Diego Ferreira, he lost to Chris Duncan, he lost to he beat Orablai, but that was a war. And I think Ludovic Klein is still young, he's still good, he's still powerful. The only problem is that before he fought Gamrot, he had great takedown defense, but Gamrot really utilized the cage really well, and I just don't believe Matrush Rezbecki's gonna get the finish. Now Kareem Al-Salwadi versus Matrush Camilo. They want Abdul Kareem Al-Sawadi to win so badly. They need this guy to win. So that's why they're giving him Camilo. So he's going to win. He's probably going to get a decision. Walter Walker, Louis Sutherland. Louis Sutherland, people said he looked good on the regional scene, like he looked like he was in good shape. No, he did not. He did not look like he was in good shape on the regional scene. I've seen his fights in, I believe it was the Netherlands he fought. And he's fighting Walter Walker, who's on a little bit of a heel hook spree. And I think he's going to hit Louis Sutherland with a heel hook. I mean, I've said that Walter Walker was good. I bet on him against Kenny Nezuchuku, and I made some money there. So I'm going to bet on him again by getting that submission. Nathaniel Wood, Jose Delgado. I'm going with the underdog in Nathaniel Wood. I think this is Nathaniel Wood's fight to lose. As long as he doesn't get too carried away and overzealous and try to go for a finish against Delgado, then he's going to win. Jose Delgado is spazzy. He's quick, but he catches guys off guard. He catches guys out of position. And if Nathaniel Wood is a guy who can go 3 rounds and not get out of position once. And I believe he will do that. I think he's going to pick apart Jose Delgado and expose the fact that Jose Delgado relies on other guys overextending and catching them. And then we got Hamdi Al-Hawab against Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett's not going to win. He's going to get destroyed by Hamdi Al-Hawab. Either a first-round finish, but the problem with Hamdi Al-Hawab is that when he doesn't get a first-round finish, he kind of quits and just gladly takes a decision. So it's either first-round finish for Hamdi or a decision for Hamdi. Then we got Asmat Maxim versus Mitch Raposo. This is another easy one. Asmat Maxim. I thought he beat Charles Johnson, but he ended up not beating him. He dropped him multiple times in the first round. I think he's going to KO Mitch Raposo early on. He had a close fight with Asmat Maxim had a close fight with Tagiro Lumbekov, and Mitch Raposo. He's kind of shit. He's kind of undersized for the division. I don't think he's going to win this one. And lastly, we're going on the oh my God. We have a Japanese baddie versus a Brazilian baddie. I want both these girls to win and then spend the night at my house. That's what I want. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Who do you want to win in this fight? What's the biggest fight you're looking out for? And are you excited for the main event? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. It's been your boy Dag and May, and I'm signing out. Peace.